So this is FJR1300 video like 6. I was working on putting the replacement motor in, and as I'm going through the wire harness, look at this starter relay. Nasty. And so, you know, that was all hidden under the plug, so you couldn't really see it. And this actually worked. I mean, the motor cranked over, but what cued me into it, or got me digging, was the plug. And so I found, as I was working in the area, this somebody had soldered a wire on here. Let me try to zoom in. You can see. Look at that. There you go. So this bit of shrink tube here was hiding some solder, and they had slaved a wire onto here with solder and melted the connector a little bit in the process. And my God, she's ugly. She is one ugly connector. And that sees a lot of power, right? Well, I mean, that's the trigger wire for the start relay. The big power is through the relay itself. So pay attention, you know, guys, as you're going through something like this. I mean, when you see something that looks funny, open it up, peel the damn tape back and see what's hiding underneath. So we're gonna have to fix, really ideally, we should have a new connector and probably a new start relay. Or at least plan to have one on hand before we go venture off on any rides, assuming we get it running well. Yeah, I've got it positioned here where I'm gonna shimmy the motor in under the frame and then lift it up into position. I did give it a quick cleanup outside, but it started snowing really hard and it was cold and my fingers were frozen, and so I was like, no, I don't like this anymore. So I brought it in and started working on swapping parts off the other motor onto this one, and getting ready to pop it in, removing stuff that was broken, like little stuff like this, like, actually, see if we can get Heidi, you want to help, don't you? See, like, there's a plastic nipple. Thanks, Heidi, for that bump there. There's a plastic nipple in the end of that hose, and that was just broken off the rad. Well, actually, I think it's one of these nipples. So on the bike, the donor bike, in there, it could have, you know, it was crashed. So maybe that snapped off in the crash. I don't know, but you got to get that out of there and get ready to plug it in properly. Right, Heidi? She's been in here for a long time. She's bored, eh? Anywho, so there's a project within the project within the project. I mean, I could blast that off and just make it work for the moment, but honestly, I better get one on order. Fixing that connector over there is going to be more work. Finding that connector, finding a harness. I should call the wrecker, actually. Maybe, you know what? You get another one out of the wrecker, it's probably just as crap as the one that's on the bike. So, maybe get some new spade connectors. We'll punch these back out and you know, crimp on some new connectors on these terminals on these wires. Shorten them a little bit so they're all the same length, so we don't have stress on the short wire, right? We want them all the same length. So when we put it back in there, I mean, you can see that one was shorter, so there was a lot of stress on that. And solder's not good over the long term. That's why they crimp stuff. They don't generally solder stuff. I mean, when it's buried in a harness like this, there's a solder splice in here. That's factory. It's not under stress. It's in the harness and they tape it up and it's fine, right? But out here on a terminal where wires are bending, there's no strain relief on it. And it's not gonna hold together. Wow, you are really impatient. Yeah, okay. We're coming up. Yeah, does that mean it's time to go? She's almost as big as me. It's time to go to bed, eh? It's late. It is late, or you just want to go out in the snow? Yeah, okay. All right, guys, well, there's the old motor sitting over there. Poor thing. Not a very exciting video, but nonetheless, this is the stuff you run into. 22-year-old bike, lots of miles on it. Lots of people have worked on it over the years. It's probably let them down, and they've done repairs on the side of the road, or modifications. I think that solder joint was, I'm thinking they picked up power off of that wire to run the heated grips, I think. I mean, what a way to do it, right? It's got to be a better way to do it. With just like this much planning. Anyway, that's enough yammering on, right? Yep, time to go in, wash our hands, and call it a day, because I think it's late. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great night. I hope it's not snowing where you are. And then maybe, actually, I see some of you actually out riding your bikes. We're nowhere near that here. We're weeks away from riding it. But for 3 days of ownership, we're close. I mean, if I could work on this tomorrow, I'd have it running. Hopefully. I'd love to hear it run. Will I get to work on it tomorrow? Probably not. I'm gonna have to work on the house. You know, you gotta balance these things between your chores. Keep your wife happy. Should I say that? You know what I mean. Anyway, have a good night.